Hello, junior detectives. I'm Ra's al Ghul to the max extreme.
And I'm Bat Hunter Dave.
And we are Imperius Rex. Before we show down in the desert comics lair with our sword of choice, we are going to be going over some more spooky Halloween treats for you.
No, it's not a Halloween one.
Which one is this one?
It's November.
Is it already?
Yeah!
Oh, fuck.
It's right around the corner.
Fucking A. I totally lost my mind. Okay.
This is an episode where we talk about Ra's al Ghul. It's a lead up to our Morrison thing that we're also doing in November.
Want me to start that thing over?
Nope, that's good.
All right.
Now you want to get nuts? Come on, let's get nuts.
Ra's al Ghul, Dave. I don't even know if I got the same accent as the intro.
Ra's al Ghul. You say Raish or Raz?
I always say Raz.
Me too.
I can't
I
do
think that's
the
how it
Raish.
is. I think it's Raz, right?
Is it? Because in the animated series they say Raish, right?
I don't know.
So it's finally over? We've seen the last of Ra's al Ghul?
Looks that way.
Who knows? Anyway, argue down in the comments of what it is. It's always going to be Raz. I'm going to keep saying Raz. Maybe I'll throw a raise in there somewhere to really shake up the
raise
internet.
Steaks?
That's right.
All right.
Speaking of raising steaks, Ra's al Ghul is all up in this raising hell.
Ah, all right. So yeah, a little precursor to this. We are going to cover Morrison's Batman run here in November.
Yeah.
But we thought as a little intro to that, let's go back it up into some of the stuff that he pulls from, which is the Ra's al Ghul, Talia al Ghul history.
Yeah.
And we cover a lot. We're going to cover a lot in this. So if we get off track, you stop us. You say, hey, get back to it. Because we want to keep this short.
Oh, yeah. That's always worked in the past.
We're going to start off with his first appearance. And this is brought to us via Denny O'Neal and Neal Adams, Batman Dream Team. Back in 1971, Batman 232. This was adapted almost spot on in the animated series.
Yeah. And I'm just going to throw in another precursor here. Ra's al Ghul is great. So I'm going to be chiming about how great of a villain he is throughout this entire episode.
He is. He's a very good villain. He's probably the most competent of any villain Batman has ever fought.
Right. And for whatever reason, Batman puts up with all of his shit.
He always thinks this time is going to be different. I feel like he's given him so many chances.
It's always
every
in that
time.
fucking pit every time.
Yes.
It's always about the pits.
I love the pit.
The pits are great.
Yes. All right. So we'll back up. This one starts off with young Dick Grayson as Robin getting accosted in his dorm, I think.
Yeah.
And captured. And Batman finds this out because Ra's al Ghul materializes inside his Batcave.
Right.
Basically, foregoes formalities, says hey, Bruce Wayne.
Hello, Detective Bruce.
Batman's like, how do you know? And Ra's essentially says he just traced the money.
Right, yeah.
Only Bruce Wayne's wealth could finance Batman. If so facto, Bruce Wayne is Batman.
And much to his chagrin, he's taking off his cowl as he's saying this. He's like, I've never put that together before. That's a hole I need to plug.
Yes.
Really?
It remains unplugged for quite some time. So, Ra's along with Ubu,
yeah,
his trusted manservant, Yep. This gorilla of a man.
Yeah, right.
He requests the aid of Batman because Batman's ward, young Robin, has been captured, as has Ra's al Ghul's daughter, Talia al Ghul, whom Batman met prior to this in a different issue,
right?
Couple issues before,
right?
He saves her from like a cult, so he has a relationship with Talia.
Yeah.
And they say the same person has captured our two
youngins.
Yes. So we need to team up, put our detective heads together, and find them. Yeah. And Batman's like, all right, Roz, but I'm keeping an eye on you.
Right. All right, let me just show you out. And Ubu's like, get the fuck out. Yeah, the master will go before you, you son of a bitch.
Yeah. So basically, Batman and Roz globetrot around the world. Batman's using his detective skills to trace the clues. He eventually leads them to this remote mountain cave where they find Robin. And it's all been a big setup.
Right.
Gotcha! Detective.
Yeah.
Just testing your mettle to see if you would be a worthy heir to my throne, because I'm getting up there.
Right. I'm only a couple 100 years old, so...
And also a husband to my daughter, Talia al Ghul.
His accent is all over the place in this.
It's gonna eventually come to Borat at the end. Calling it
I'm
right
Roz. Check out my wife. This issue is, for being like the spearhead of one of my like favorite villains of all time, and he's like cast very seriously even in the animated series.
It's a wild goose chase.
This is a wild goose chase, and is pretty campy still.
Oh yeah,
because
they get out to the desert, they ride on some camels, right? You know, the whole 9 yards.
Even the dialogue, like even Robin in this is still like golly gee Batman.
Well, this is 70s though. This
is
71.
But what I always forget is like, yeah, it's fairly close to like the 60s era where it was like Wham Pow, all that stuff. But like the art changed to Neal Adams to have it more of like a realistic look. And so I always associate that with like the late 70s, early 80s, where it takes a more mature approach. And it is not. It's still like your happy-go-lucky kind of Batman, kind of monologuing goofily to himself with this like serious look to it. And it's kind of off-putting to me a little bit. I never settled in on these two issues that we're going to get to.
I had fun with it.
I
enjoyed it.
Yeah.
So that's essentially the first appearance of Roz. Then he has a couple little, back then comics weren't really chronological in a sense. They were just all over the place.
They were one-offs.
Yeah, so this one ended with Batman like, oh, am I gonna have to marry her? And then the next one does not follow that up.
No.
They tell like 4 other stories, and then they come back, and it's Batman and Talia like teaming up to go find Roz. Because he has died, apparently. Yeah. So this is issue 243 now, where they, Batman and a really weird ragtag group of friends. Olympic skier. Right. Who kind of has the hots for Batman. It's a woman. This is the 70s. And like a kung fu expert.
It's the 70s.
Yep. Yes. And your generic black computer whiz.
Right, yeah.
Because it's the 70s.
It's the 70s.
They all embark on a quest to find the body of Ra's al Ghul, because Talia says he's dead. And I guess they just want to look at it.
I guess. Help him from not being dead? I don't know what the whole thing would be.
I don't know either. And he is a full-fledged villain at this point, because in the very sporadic fill-in issues, he's bad. So they get to this cave, and Ra's is dead. They're like, all right, looks dead. Let's go.
Check him. Yep, he's dead.
Yep, still
Let's
dead.
Let's get out of here. What a whirlwind adventure we had.
The next 4 days of travel should just go by like that. So they're off, and then Talia's like, on my way out, I'm just going to flip the switch, and it lowers him into the old first appearance of the old Lazarus pit.
That's right.
How's he take to it?
Pretty well.
Swimmingly. Goes a bit mad. As one would in the Lazarus pit. But the issue ends with him climbing out and then just charging him. Eyes like a wild beast.
Right.
That's
the
it.
demon.
The demon,
if you will.
The demon lives again. Which brings us to the next issue. The demon lives again.
Yeah.
244. One
Yep.
that actually continues on to the next one.
Right.
And then this one is the immortal showdown in the desert.
Yeah.
Something that's been seen and recreated many times.
Right.
Batman and Ra's al Ghul. Mano-y-mano.
Right.
Shirtless, swords in hand,
Right.
fighting in the desert.
That's right.
It all comes down to this.
It all comes down to like 4 panels.
Yep. But they say that it goes for like days. We're just gonna sum it up here.
But yeah, it ends, or the issue starts where the last one ends, and they're still in like the Andes or the Himalayas or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And good thing they have that Olympic skier with, because she chases that hovercraft all the way down the hill with Olympic precision.
Oh yeah, as does Batman,
Right.
skiing down the hill
Right.
in his bat suit.
Right.
It is so James Bond.
Yeah.
This is the most James Bondian Batman era.
Yeah.
And it's amazing.
I also like that the whole time he's saying like things like, oh, she's just as good as I am, or maybe even better, and then she hucks a ski pole into the propellers and gets stabbed by it.
Oh, yeah.
And so the Al Ghouls split.
Yep, and he's cleared up. The madness has dissipated.
Right.
Just a hint of madness. Touch.
So Batman crawls up in their hovercraft to find any clue of where they could be going. Good thing he found a scrap of leather with only a increment of beading on it that can only be from one region
Yes.
of the world where they have those certain type of camels in which they could raise and actually go to some other pit or wherever they're going.
Nice work, detective.
You did it real nice.
Real nice.
They,
How dated is this show?
is Borat coming around to be funny again?
It's like Austin Powers, right? Did that circle back yet?
I don't know.
All right. So they track him down. Batman tracks him down. And he's like, show's over.
Right.
Found you out. Greatest detective here,
Right.
as you know.
Yeah.
Let's fight to the death in the
Right.
desert. And they do.
Right.
And neither has the upper hand
Not.
until Batman just up and gets stabbed in the foot by a scorpion and dies.
Yeah. The whole time, Ra's al Ghul is like narrating that he's like, "Oh, you better watch your foot, detective," and then it just gets stabbed by a scorpion. Then there's a panel of just Batman on the ground, like, ah, ah, and then the fight's over.
Mm-hmm.
He's about ready to get put to bed. Where Talia,
He doesn't have any protection in his boot to stop like an inch long scorpion stinger.
apparently not. That's a big ass scorpion.
Oh man, is it ever? But come on, Batman, you're always prepared.
Maybe his boots were just like socks with soles on the
I
bottom.
think so. I think they're essentially what these are.
So he gets put to bed, and before Talia leaves his side, he's like, "Father, let me just give him one more kiss goodnight."
More
Slips him a
smooch.
bit of antidote.
She just has that anti-scorpion venom in there.
Right. I also like that panel too, because Batman is like this. Which I also really appreciated Neal Adams.
The Neal, if there was ever a time to go realistic, it's
was-
Batman suckling his tongue out, trying to lap up anti-scorpion venom.
Yeah. So he springs back to life and then starts chasing down Ra's al Ghul, where he bursts into his circus tent, and Ra's al Ghul is us. He is very taken back that this man must be straight from hell,
Yeah.
a demon himself, out
right.
to get revenge.
Yep. And then Batman knocks him out with one punch, and it's over. I thought like they fought to the death.
No.
Because I've seen this recreation, these panels so much.
Yeah.
I thought it was a bigger deal.
Right.
It's not.
Right.
They fight for a bit. Batman gets stabbed by a scorpion, and then he punches Ra's out. And then
The end. Curtain.
Fireman carries him back to Gotham, I guess. He's just shown walking him back
Right.
over his shoulder.
Right. His cape dragging in the sand.
Yes. And that is it.
Mhm.
That is the Ra's al Ghul trilogy, I guess.
Yeah, I suppose.
Yep. But that's not all. We're not just going to cover that.
Right.
So before we get into the next book, thoughts on Ra's al Ghul as you're tending to your beard?
My Ra's al beard.
Yes.
Like him. So, well, you know what? Yeah, I still like him.
Mhm.
Going back to the 70s, I don't think I would be as impressed with him if I didn't have like a precursor of like the animated series to really whet my palate of
Yeah.
some Ra's al Ghul.
Okay.
But still like that they have like a weird relationship that no other villain of his has, so I'd probably be on board.
Yeah, it's a bit of a Sherlock Holmes Moriarty type of thing.
Oh, yeah. Right on.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
And he doesn't change much over the course. Like, what you get at the beginning is pretty much how he stays in every iteration.
Yeah.
I love the animated series version.
Yeah.
I read the lines of dialogue in his voice.
Me too.
I love the Liam Neeson version in Nolan's movie. And when that twist came in Batman Begins, it blew me away. I should have seen that coming, but it took me off guard, and I was like, yes!
So obviously that went longer than we thought.
Yes.
And so we're going to put a bit of a plug in this Lazarus Pit and resurrect it just down the line a little bit later. Because there's more Ra's al Ghul to come, and we got way more to say on it. So join us next time where we talk about more Ra's al Ghul. But until next time, I've been Troy to the Max Extreme.
And I've been Ghost Hunter Dave.
And this has been Imperius Rex.